What's up, everybody? It's your boy C3, and I am back like I never left. I got a fresh top 10 comic books that you're going to want to add to your collection. If you want to know what they are, go grab your Vibe Juice and meet me back here in the comic room. Happy holidays. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Keep It Comics. As always, I am your gracious host, C3. Man, I can't tell you guys how happy I am to be back in the comic room. It's been a while, right? It has. Listen, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for all your encouraging comments. Thank you for all your kind remarks. Thank you for just wanting to know how I was doing and wishing me well while I was dealing with what I was dealing with. A lot going on in the world today. We know we all have lives to lead, so I'm not going to bore you with all the technicalities, but I appreciate each and every one of you guys. It's the holiday season. I put together a screaming top 10 list, and I want you guys to check it out, all right? So this is the Keep It Comics top 10 list for the Christmas holidays. These books are definitely asking to be added to your collection because of price and because of what's going on in the comic book industry, all right? So without further ado, grab your comic books, grab your list, grab your coffee, grab your Vibe Juice, because you know I got mine, and let's get into it. Starting off at number 10, we've got a comic that is produced by Marvel. This is some popular coppers, ladies and gentlemen, and this is one of my Strike While the Iron is Cold comics, right? So you know I like watching comic books. I like watching the market. I like seeing where they go up, where they come down, if they level off, if they spike, if they decrease in value. What I mostly like to do is catch them on the decline, right? So if they come down, that's probably a book, if I'm interested in, that I'm going to try to grab it. I call it Strike While the Iron is Cold, all right? So this book is published by Marvel, and the title of this book is New Mutants, issue number 98. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I know we've seen this book on the countdown on a number of occasions, but this book continues to spark my interest. I have a couple of copies. I've added one copy extra, so I'm looking to grab another copy so I can add to my collection, but I want to get it at a great price, and I think now's the perfect time to strike. We've heard all the news. We know Deadpool's coming. This is the first appearance of Deadpool. The numbers look great, so let's talk specs, all right? Now, the last recorded sale for this book was on December 19th of 2022, where CGC graded 9.8 sold for $1,260. This book, ladies and gentlemen, is currently trending down. Strike While the Iron is Cold, people. This book is currently trending down with a negative 1.92% decrease in sales. Now, the average sale for a raw copy is $387, while the average sale for CGC 9.6 at the moment is $387. The average sale for a graded copy is $544. So, if you're looking for this book, you can get it at a good price right now. There has been 2,105 raw copies that have sold, and there has been 2,235 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 4,340 copies of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. Now, while making this list, we still continue to watch numbers decrease also, but it doesn't mean that this book is losing value. It just means that a lot of people may have turned their interest to something else. So it's a good opportunity for you to get your hands on the first appearance of Deadpool, New Mutants 98. The highest known sale for this book was back in August 21st of 2021, where that book sold for $4,050, and that was for a CGC 9.8. Now, fair market value has this book resting at $387 for a raw copy that's in near mint condition. So, if you are in the market for New Mutants 98, first appearance of the Deadpool, keep your eyes on this book because this book is on the move. Moving right along, stepping down to number 9, we have another book that is published by Marvel. This too is some popular copper. It was released on November 1st, 1984. The title of this book is The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 258, the direct edition, right? Now, the key factor to this book is it's Spider-Man's new costume is revealed to be an alien symbiote. So it also is the debut of Spider-Man's bombastic Bagman suit, bombastic Bagman suit, which is quite interesting. So let's talk numbers about this book. Now, the last recorded sale for this book was on December 20th of 2022, where CBCS 9.8 sold for $345. Now, I've never knocked any of the grading companies. CBCS is awesome. They're pretty accurate with their grading, so I respect their grading. We know that CGC is top notch, right? And from there, I don't really mess around too much. But I'll buy a CBCS in a minute. I don't got a problem with it. All right. So the last book sold for $345. This book is currently trending down, ladies and gentlemen. No, this book is trending upward. I do apologize for that. This book is trending upward with a 1.73% increase in sales sold so far, where the average sale for a raw copy is about $20, and the average sale for a CGC 9.8 is running roughly about $358. There's been 949 raw copies that have sold and 148 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 1,097 copies of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. Now, the highest known sale for a CGC 9.8 for this book was sold back in October 21st of 2021, where that book sold for $525. Meanwhile, fair market value has this book resting at $20 for a raw copy in very fine condition. So if you are in the market for Amazing Spider-Man issue number 258, the direct edition, keep your eye out on this book because it is definitely on the move. All right, coming in at number 8, this is a modern book. It was published by Marvel. And now the title of this book is Spider-Verse, right? This is Spider-Verse. And it is the first appearance of Lady Spider, a.k.a. Maybelle Riley from Earth 803. All right? Now, this is a book that I've been watching. This book is definitely right where I needed to be in terms of price point. Last recorded sale for this book was on December 17th of 2022, where a raw copy of this book sold for $15. That's perfect. That's right up my alley. I can catch this book and it's not going to cost me a lot of money. So I'm super excited about that, which is one of the reasons it made it on my list. This book is currently trending right now, but there's not a lot of data on this book right now, right? As far as sales wise. So it's pretty even right now. So there's no sales data as far as increase or decrease in sales right now. The average sale for a raw copy is roughly about $13. Average sale for a CGC 9.8 in this book is $50. Now, how awesome is that? Being able to get your hands on a CGC 9.8 graded copy of anything for $50. It costs $50 to have a book graded. So that's not a bad investment, because if this book should happen to pop off, then it's definitely more than worth it, right? So there has been 238 raw copies that have sold and 4 graded copies that have sold, which gives us a total of 242 copies of this book that continues to change hands on the secondary market. Now, the highest known sale for this book was back on October 2nd of 2022, where CGC 9.6 sold for $75. And that's not bad at all. Fair market value has this book resting at $13 for a raw copy in near mint condition. So if you are in the market for Spider-Verse, in which I don't have the issue now, so I'm going to put the issue on the screen. You'll see it. back at it with my shenanigans again. All right. So if you're in the market for this book, keep your eye on it, because it's moving on the secondary market. It's not going crazy, but it is a book that you're going to want to keep your eye on, because as they open up this new Spider-Verse, there's no telling who you might see. All right, coming in at number 7. This is one of my favorite books, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a modern book, and it was released on April 27th of 2022. The title of this book is The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 1. Yes, this is the Salvador Larroca Hustler variant, and this was limited to 5,000 copies. There's been a lot of talk about this comic book. I know you guys have seen this comic book on other shows and other places, right? But this is a book that I wasn't able to get my hands on. I didn't catch it when it first came out. Although I'm a big fan of Eminem, I love Salvador Larroca's work, but I didn't catch this book when it came out. And this book is right now, it has gone up considerably in value. So I will probably miss out on this book, but I will continue to watch it. So it is on my list because I'm going to watch it and see where it goes to see if I can grab a copy. So let's talk numbers. The last recorded sale for this book was on December 18th of 2022, where a raw copy of this book sold for $151. Now, this book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 18.20% increase in sales. The average sale for a raw copy going at the moment is $172. And if you're watching eBay, you know that could vary. But I don't see this book dropping anytime soon, so I think I'm going to have to be patient on this book. The average sale for a CGC 9.8 is $2,000, right? For a CGC 9.8 of this masterpiece is $2,000. There's been 569 raw copies that have sold, but there's only been one graded copy that have sold, giving us a total of 570 copies of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. Now, the highest known sale for a CGC 9.8 in this book was back on December 13th of 2022, where that CGC 9.8 sold for $2,000. Meanwhile, fair market value does have this book resting at $172 for a raw copy in near mint condition. So I was super excited to see this book do well on the secondary market. Disappointed that I wasn't able to get it, but nonetheless, I don't hate, I congratulate. So those of you who do have this book, man, kudos to you, and you're lucky, man, because I missed this one, all right? But I'm going to keep my eye on it. So if you too are in the market for Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1, that Salvador Larroca Hustler variant, keep your eye on it because it's definitely doing numbers on the secondary market. Coming in at number 6, Marvel produced this book. This book was released on November 2nd, 2022. Now, the title of this book is Deadpool, issue number 1. Yes, my friends, and this is a Ken Lashley Notorious B.I.G. variant, another masterpiece. And I'm excited about this book because I was able to catch this book on the come around, and I'm happy about that. So I missed the last one, but I was able to catch this one. So I'm not all that disappointed in my in my watching the market, because you can't get every book. So I always encourage people, listen, don't get upset if you miss a book. They always come back around. So there's no need for you to even fret. Just keep your eye on it, watch it, strike while the iron's cold. You'll be fine, man. Trust me when I tell you. Now, let's talk numbers on this baby right here. The last recorded sale was on December 19th of 2022, where a raw copy of this book sold for $110. Now, the beautiful thing about this book, as the other, I believe when they first came out, they were running about $25-$30 for a raw copy, somewhere in there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's about right. Starting the buying price points were about $20 to $30 on the come out, and then a little bit down the line, they kind of rose in value once they hit that secondary market. And right now, the last recorded sale for this one was on December 19th, and that book sold for $110. This book is currently trending upward, as I said before, with a 0.87% increase in copies sold. Now, the average sale for a raw copy of this book at the moment is about $109. There is no data on a graded copy just yet, so I'll keep my eye out for that, and I'll let you guys know if anything changes. There has been 164 raw copies that have sold so far, while the highest known sale for this book was a raw copy that sold on November 27th of 2022 for $181. Almost 200 yards, man. So that's not bad, right? So imagine what that graded one is going to go for when they finally get it, because people are going to buy them and send them off and get them graded. We'll see what happens when they come back, what that price is going to look like. Meanwhile, fair market value has this book resting at $109 for a raw copy that's in near mint condition. So if you are in the market for Deadpool, issue number 1, that Ken Lashley, Notorious B.I.G., The King, Biggie, issue number 1, keep your eye out on this book because it is definitely on the move. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've made it to number 5. All right, I'm gonna do what I always do, which is take an opportunity, catch my breath, man, and it feels good to breathe. So I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by, checking out the channel. My name is C3. I will continue to provide content such as this. I'll do some unboxings. I'll do some, some cover videos. There's just a number of things that I do, just depending on how I feel. And if you stick around to the end, if this is your first time checking out the channel, if you stick around to the end, I'll do some unboxings to show you what I got in the mail while I've been on my little hiatus, all right? And for those of you who continue to support the channel, thank you very much, because I know I couldn't do this without you. And for those of you who I know I may have lost a few viewers because I've been away, that's quite all right. I'm pretty sure you guys will find your way back. It's all good in the hood, man. Life is life, man. And that's just something you can't get away from. You can try to avoid it all you want, but life is going to always turn up and stare you right in the face. So it's all good. I wish all I did have to do was make videos all day. Man, what a beautiful world this would be if that's all I had to do, right? But I appreciate you guys, man. And as always, you know the routine. We check the nonsense at the door, because when you click on this channel, it's good vibes only, baby. We just here for the love of comics and the love of the content, man. Anything else, you keep it to yourself. All right? So I really appreciate each and every one of you, man. Like I said, there's no me without you guys. So I appreciate you, man. And thank you very much for checking on me while I was away. All right? Absolutely. So let's get back to it. Coming in at number 5. This book was published by Marvel. It's a modern book. And yes, you guys have noticed there's a theme. We got a lot of Spider-Man in here right now, right? Because I'm really, really watching the Spider-Man movies. And as they continue to produce them, I want to make sure that everything that is going on is clear in my collection of what I want to have and what I want to add to it. Now, the title of this book is Spider-Man 2099, issue number 1. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this book was released on November 1st, 1992. And the last recorded sale for this book was on December 20th of 2022, where a raw copy of this book sold for $16. And you guys know me, I'm not rich by far. So whenever I can get my hands on a first appearance for not a lot of money, I'm just excited about that. The key factor to this book is it is the first solo title featuring Spider-Man 2099. All right? So this book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 6.45% increase in sales. The average sale for a raw copy of this book right now is $21. The average sale for a CGC 9.8 in this book is $158. Now, there's been 3,446 raw copies that have sold, and there's been 1,251 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 4,697 copies of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. Meanwhile, the highest known sale for this book is a CGC 9.9 that sold back in March 14th of 2021, where that book sold for $3,550. So it appears that the 9.9 is the grail in this particular book. All right, so if you're in the market for that, keep your eye out on it. Meanwhile, fair market value has this book resting at $21 for a raw copy in near mint condition. So if you are in the market for Spider-Man 2099, issue number 1, keep your eye out on this book because it is definitely on the move. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 4, we've got another modern book published by Marvel. The title of this book is Spider-Geddon, issue number 5. And I'm talking about the George Molina regular cover. George Molina is definitely great with his artwork. The key factor to this book is it is the second cameo appearance of an unnamed Spider Cop. So we haven't gotten the name of the cop yet, but there's a second cameo appearance in this book. The last recorded sale for this book was on December 20th of 2022, where a raw copy of this book sold for $12. This book is currently trending upward, my friends, at 1.47% increase in copies sold. And the average sale for a raw copy of this book right now is $12. So it's definitely obtainable. So this is not a book that you have to go crazy for. You don't have to break the bank. Like, you could, buy a couple copies of this book for not a lot of money. The average sale for a CGC 9.8 right now is $150. There's been 297 raw copies that have sold, and there's been one graded copy that has sold on the secondary market, giving us a total of 298 copies of this book that continues to move. All right, now, the highest known sale for CGC 9.8 was back in December 27th of 2021, where that book sold for $150. Meanwhile, fair market value has this book resting at $12 on the secondary market, and that's for a raw copy in near mint condition. So that's definitely an investment that I see as feasible for the future. All right? So keep your eye out on Spider-Geddon, issue number 5, that George Molina regular cover. It's definitely moving. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 3. Number 3. We've got some DC goodness that we got to bring to your attention. This is a modern book. This book was released on December 14th of 2022. I know you guys grabbed a couple copies of this book, and the title I'm talking about is Batman Spawn, issue number 1. Oh, yes, man. Fabulous book, right? Everybody couldn't wait. The key factor to this book is it's the Barnes & Noble's exclusive edition. Yeah, baby. Barnes & Noble's exclusive edition. All right? Now, let's talk numbers. Last recorded sale for this book was on December 20th of 2022, where a raw copy of this book sold for $34. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 0.12% increase in copies sold. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is right now is about $30. And there is no graded data on this book just yet. So if anything changes, I'll definitely let you know. Nothing graded on the census just yet, but I'm pretty sure it will be, because this is a book that a lot of people have taken interest in. There's been 84 raw copies that have sold. And the highest sale for a raw copy was back on December 13th of 2022, where that book sold for $50. And meanwhile, fair market value has this book resting at $30 for a raw copy in near mint condition. So if you are in the market for Batman Spawn, issue number 1, the Barnes & Noble's exclusive edition, keep your eye out on this book, because it is definitely on the move. All right, ladies and gentlemen, keeping up with the DC theme, we've got another book that is coming from DC. This book was released on December 7th of 2022. The title of this book is The Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing, issue number 3. And this is the Libra Emo variant cover. Yeah. And listen, I know you guys have seen this book a lot also, but the reason this book is on my top 10 list is because, not just because of the holiday season, but because of future holiday seasons. I see this book and this artwork, particularly because of this cover artwork, as one of the future classic holiday season covers, one of the Christmas covers. This book has the potential to be timeless just because of the artwork alone. Libra Emo, he killed this one right here. And that's why I had to put it on this list, because this is definitely a classic cover. This is a beautiful cover. The artwork is stunning. The line work is on point. The shadowing, everything is there, man. This is classic. This is potential classic artwork right here. If you guys whoever has this book in their collection right now is quite lucky. And if you were able to land several copies, good for you, man, because this one, I'm anticipating that this is going to be a timeless piece of artwork right here. And if you guys think I'm bugging out, man, just take the time to just stare at this cover. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. This cover is absolutely mesmerizing, man. So take your time, stare at this cover, enjoy it, bask in its beauty, and in the time and the what it took to create such a stunning piece of artwork, man. So, keep your eye out on this book, because this book is definitely going to do something in the future. Even if you just have it in your collection, it's just a beautiful cover that you can just display over the Christmas holidays. Classic work, classic work. All right, so the average sale for a raw copy is about $23 of this book right now. There's no graded data on this book just yet, which leads me to believe that people are sending this book in, and those books are going to come back, and we're going to see what the average sale for a graded copy of this book is in a 9.8, and I can't wait to see that information. There has been 292 raw copies of this book that have changed hands on the secondary market. The highest known sale for this book was a raw copy that sold back on December 17th of 2022, where that book went for $37, right? Now, keep in mind, a lot of DC's ratio variants don't sell for that much. You've noticed these last few, a lot of DC runs, when they put these ratio variants out, those books are still going for like $12, $15, $20. They're barely scratching the surface at $25. So here you have this Christmas variant, and the highest known sale for it was like at a $37 mark, right? So I see something with that, because many of DC's modern ratio variances that have been released, they don't make it that much. They may start off high, but they hurry up, they plummet in value. Like, so you could get, like, just think of all those Batman variances that just came out. You can grab all those for almost like $12, $15. You know what I mean? So here you have this Librahimo Christmas variant that's just stunning. I think it's going to continue to do numbers as it goes down the line, especially the more they thin out when they're not easily accessible. I think it's going to increase in value. So keep your eye out on that book. All right. So if you're in the market for The Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing, issue number 3, keep your eye out on this book, because it is definitely on the move. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've made it to our number one hottest comic book of the holiday week. All right, this book was published by Marvel, and this is another Strike While the Iron is Cold book, and I am loving this particular series right here. And the title of this book is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, issue number 1. This book was released in 2018. I've been watching this book for quite some time as Miles Morales continues to gain a broader fan base and increase in value on the secondary market. This is a book that I've been keeping my eye on, and I'm really excited about adding this book to my collection, and I wanted to share this with you because I think it's a must-have. You could say what you want. I know we love Peter Parker. Peter Parker is always going to be our Spider-Man, but do not sleep on Miles Morales' Spider-Man, because he is the Spider-Man of the future. He's the next generation's Spider-Man. So we just got to respect where the comic book industry is going, and, the love of the next generation that's coming up. You just got to respect it. So I've been watching Miles, and I anticipate Miles doing well in the industry. Here's some key factors to this book. This is the 1 in 10 animated variant that I'm talking about too. Definitely a must-have. Last recorded sale for this book was on December 12th of 2022, where a graded CGC of a 9.8 went for $203. This book is currently trending down, ladies and gentlemen, at 0.45% decrease in copies sold. The average sale for this book right now in a raw copy is $168. And for a CGC 9.8, the average price for that book is $203. There's been 118 raw copies that have sold, and there's been 39 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 159 copies of this book that continues to change hands on the secondary market. Now, the highest known sale for CGC 9.8 was back in June 24th of 2022, where that book sold for $450. CGC 9.8 selling for $450. Meanwhile, the fair market value has this book rested at $168 for a raw copy in near mint condition. So, my friends, if you are in the market for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, issue number 1, the 1 in 10 animation variant, keep your eye out on this book because it is definitely on the move. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. I have given you your list. You can go out and execute. Don't hurt anything. Remember, never jump out of the airplane without a parachute. These books always cycle around, so you don't have to rush anything. I just give you this list to give you some type of guidelines or some type of guidance to see what you may want to add to your collection. And I'll do this often, all right? So as I continue to get back in the flow, I appreciate you guys helping me out, continue supporting the channel. You know, it's all good, man. I do this for the love, not for the money. I do this for the love, all right? So, listen, just like I promised, for those of you who have stuck around, I'm gonna open up some boxes. But before I do, I'm just going to show you a couple of raw comics that I picked up along the way also, all right, while I have them out. Because, you know, even though I was on hiatus, I continue to, you know, add to my collection, take a little time to read some comics. So I'll show you what I got, all right? So the first one is this beauty right here. That gold foil variant, Nightwing and Batgirl. Definitely happy to add this one. And I think this was the latest Nightwing. I can't remember the issue right now off the top of my head, but this was the latest Nightwing. And I'm definitely happy to add that to my collection. Just a beautiful cover, man. I was surprised that I was actually able to get my hands on that, so I'm glad I got it. I grabbed another copy of Wakanda Forever. This is issue number 3. One of my favorite reads, Gunslinger Spawn. Just a beautiful cover, man. Todd McFarlane, goodness. Killing it. It's a beautiful cover, classic. This one I'm happy to add to my collection, man. I was waiting on this book for almost like 3 years, and I finally got my hands on it. Carnage USA, issue number 1 of 5, Cloaked in the Flag. Yeah, I know you guys are like, well, C3, you should have been had that. Yeah, I missed that boat, bro. I missed that boat. But listen, I wait for the next one to come through. Caught this one at a great price, man. Near mint. Corner super sharp. Another book I was able to get my hands on, I grabbed Nova, issue number 1. Awesome. Awesome. And the beautiful thing about it is when I'm out looking for books like this, man, I find them at such a great price, man. I find such good deals. So I find it better to just be patient, just to wait. You know what I mean? You don't have to jump on everything when it's hot, especially if you are jumping on everything when it's hot, man, I can imagine you must be paying top dollar for it, man. But I ain't mad at you. If you got it like that, do you, bro? But me, man, I'm waiting for things to cool off a little bit. You know, I'm gonna strike while the iron is cold. Here's another one I picked up too, and as you can see, I didn't have to pay a lot for this muffler either. I caught this one at Midtown Comics. All new Ghost Rider, issue number 2. I caught this one for $10. Yeah, caught that baby for 10 yahoos right there. Can't beat that. Another book I'm happy to add to my collection, and this is Spider-Geddon, issue number 3. Remember what I told you, I'm in the market for all things Spider right now. All things Spider. Keep your eye on the Spider-Verse, man, because it's really starting to open up. And you also know that I've been adding to my Doom collection too, so I grabbed Supervillain Team Up, issue number 1. This beautiful classic Doom cover. Look at that, guys. Yeah. Happy to have it. I picked this one up when I was in South Carolina. Yeah, I had to attend my little cousin's funeral, which is one of the reasons I was MIA too, is because I had to travel. I had a lot of stuff I had going on. But I was able to grab this when I was in North Carolina. Shout out to my cousins, Erica and Ed. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Yeah. So those are some Lucy's I picked up. Let's pop open the box, man. Let's see what we got. All right? And you guys know the drill. When we open up these boxes, cue the music, but keep your clothes on. Let's do it. Let's see what we got here. All right? I'm excited to see because these have been waiting around for a while. So we can see what we got. Yeah, this one's coming open pretty cool. All right. Okay. This is what it looks like. I gotta check it out. Definitely gotta see. Yeah, so what's gonna have to happen with this one is I'm gonna definitely have to hurry up and get it out of this box and get it into a more stable bag and board situation. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 1, and I believe this is the 1 in 25. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 1, the 1 in 25. Definitely one for the collection. Good shape. Excuse me. Let's do another one. Let's see what we got. How about this baby right here? Let's do it. Cue the music. Keep your clothes on. Really happy to be back, man. I'm glad I'm able to do a video before this new comic book release week. I've been wanting to do one bad, man. I just couldn't find the time, but it's late right now, but I'm doing it because I look at it like I'm probably never going to really just have the time, so I have to make the time. All right, so here's another one. This one popped open fairly easy also. Oh, no tape or nothing in this one. Just box and comic. Man. So, this one, my friends, it made it. This one is Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue number 1, the 1 in 100. Virgin 1 in 100. Yeah. Another beauty. Definitely happy to add it to the collection. Yeah, I like that. Very nice. Very nice. So, Miles Morales, ladies and gentlemen, don't sleep. Grab those keys while the getting's good. Because they are going to go out of reach. Here's one. This one is from Big Time Collectibles, right? I purchase from them quite often. And I like the boxes that they send in. I like the shipping boxes. And this one, I don't even have to tape out of the box. I can just pop it open and show it to you. And this is, I believe this is Something is Killing the Children, issue number 26. And this is the, I think, what is this? The Miko Suyon variant. Look at this baby right here. Yeah, and I like the case. I like the case, right? Just a flat case. Love it. I don't even have to damage the comic. Just beautiful artwork, man. Super dope. All right. So that's that. Let's see, we're gonna pop open one more here. Let's do one more. All right. Let's see what we got in this baby right here. Let me hit these corners real quick. See what we got. Uh-oh. Again, just board and calming. No tape, no nothing. Man. Well, I'm glad it made it. Made it safely. I don't know. I think I might have a little bend, but I gotta check it out, get a closer look. But this is Disney's Gargoyle issue number 1, and this is the ash can variant. This is that ash can variant. Yep. Well, super excited. I'll have to take it out of the bag and board and see what it really looks like to make sure it came safe. All right. Happy to have it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for now, man. Thank you guys for stopping by, checking out the channel. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the encouragement. So, you know what I always say, don't hate, congratulate. Show some love, because that don't cost you nothing. Appreciate. But no matter what you do, ladies and gentlemen, when you see me, always keep it comics. Peace. I'll see you guys next video. Happy New Year.